You said we're going to do something to your brain.
Hello and welcome to Dead Air 13. In this episode of our apparently now occasional podcast, cats, Philippine psyop, boys, and Trump. Go. How you doing?
Good. 30.
What did I say?
13.
Shit.
Just continue.
So we have a cat. Oh yeah, it's night.
It's night today.
We don't usually do these at night.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Yeah, I could be tired and slightly jacked up on 11 p.m. coffee. It's a weird combination.
That private equity video took it out of me.
Yeah. That was draining. Yes, so we have a cat now. Kind of. An outside cat. Not the same cat that we talked about.
Not the Houdini cat.
Not Houdini. No, we may have seen him around somewhere. I don't know. He's sneaky. Mm-hmm. Little ninja disappearing off in the woods. We have a different cat now. Would you like to explain how we came to have a cat?
A stray, I suppose, came to the property and clearly wanted to be fed. And, we discovered that it was very tame, but it had like a sort of smashed in nose and I guess kind of partly a missing jaw. It seems like, or at least a missing tooth.
Yeah, he's like the flesh on the corner of the right side of his mouth is like missing, where almost like a little Joker smile on one side, where it's healed over and stuff. But yeah, he's clearly been injured somehow.
Yeah.
We did lots of speculating on what that might have been. Not that it matters. Hit by a car, thrown from a car.
I reckon he owed someone some money. Yeah.
He's an addict. Yeah. No, we saw him
Addicted to the dice.
He was skulking around the property for a couple of days.
Yeah.
We couldn't quite tell that it was a different cat because he is a similar color to
Bobby Jane,
who you may have seen in a video somewhere.
creative director.
Yeah, I mean, I thought of her more as a like a PA. I don't know, who's someone on set that just sits around and watches what you're doing. I guess director.
Yeah, someone from the studio who isn't part of the production but definitely outranks everyone else.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we mistook him for her a couple of times, and then.
Yeah, they have a similar sort of look.
Similar color from a distance. Yeah. He does have a tail, and she doesn't, and he doesn't have the badonkadonk that she does.
Yeah, she is football shaped.
She is football shaped.
Yeah,
but man, she can run when she wants to.
Yeah,
it's like a little bunny. So yeah, we took him in. His name is Sylvester.
He has the same coloring. Mm-hmm. Sort of. No, Sylvester's black, right?
Yeah, I looked at it afterwards. Well, we
were thinking of Tom and Jerry.
I think so. Yeah, we were thinking of Tom and Jerry, but
I can't call another cat Tom.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so what happened was we were going over in the evening to say goodnight to my grandma, my Gram over there, and
Gram,
my mama.
Gram sound. What were you trying to clean it up there?
What do you say?
Grandmother. Good night, patriarchal grandmother. Good night, matriarchal grandmother. And they both kiss each other and pull the duvet up.
They make out.
But I don't see any of that.
Yeah.
I'm going down, putting the Horlicks into the microwave.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we went down to say goodnight to her. It was dark on our porch, and we saw him like underneath a grill that's out there, just peeking out in the darkness. And George was luring him over. And giving him treats, and I was like, well, I don't know, like maybe we shouldn't give him treats. We might hang around. You're like, no, I want this cat. And I was like, okay, his name is Sylvester.
Yeah, you named him, so it's your fault.
It's just the first thing that came to mind, but I think that I was thinking of Tom and Jerry. But I mean, he kind of looks like Sylvester the cat, but gray instead of the black part.
Well, Sylvester's the one with the speech impediment.
Yes, which does fit nicely.
Does he have a speech impediment? Because Tweety Pie.
PewDiePie has a speech impediment. Don't they both talk like that? I haven't seen it since I was a kid. I don't know. It doesn't
He's
matter.
always spitting, isn't he, Sylvester?
I thought. No, that's Tweety.
I thought a putty
cat.
cat. Yeah, but Sylvester.
What's Sylvester say?
I thought a Tweety bird.
Damn, I did not do my research for naming the cat.
Do you know what the dog's called?
I can't remember.
Hector.
Hector. That's a good name for a dog.
I know this because I used to religiously watch what was it called? The Sylvester and Tweety Mysteries.
Did you?
It was like a modern version, which is now like 30 years old, where they team up with Granny as well to solve like murders, I suppose.
Oh, right. Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
Murders in the ghetto. Sylvester looking at bodies going like another gangbanging hit.
Are any of them qualified to investigate murders?
Yeah, Tweety Bird's got a PhD in criminology and criminal psychology.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, are any of them qualified? One of them's a cat.
Yeah. All right, fair enough.
That's where it falls down. So we have a cat.
Yeah, he's very
And it's
sweet.
nice.
He's very polite.
He's very polite, and
Yeah.
we think he was dumped, but we don't know.
Yeah, no idea. It's hard to say, but very sweet, very friendly, and yes, he's a good boy, and he gets treats, and
And he's going to the vet.
he's gonna go to the vet soon and check out what's going on
Yeah.
with his jaw and stuff.
We definitely will get into a cat carry anyway.
Yeah, we'll get him there. I mean, I think he's just been trying to let him like settle in, not be too scared. Don't want him to run away when he gets back from the vet.
Turns out he's not scared at all.
Yeah, not really. He's pretty brave. Yeah. I guess he's probably seen some shit.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Life on the streets. Living homeless in Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
Bronchitis Hills, meth addicts.
Yeah. Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah, he's a meth cat. What?
Meth cat. No, please continue.
Yeah, yeah, surely in meth labs, they fill up with poison. Wouldn't you have like a little... I mean, I'm not saying have a cat. I'm not saying do this. I'm not saying make meth. But you could have like a bird in a cage, couldn't you? Like they
But
would...
a cat?
No, I'm saying a bird in a cage that would die with sudden meth exposure.
I understand.
Before, yeah. I'm saying a cat. A cat might be more legitimate because you're pretending it's a normal house. That's his
I see.
backstory.
Right, versus a bird, which...
Would be a place to
dead
see
giveaway.
right through that.
This is a meth house.
You're under arrest.
Okay.
Also, everyone's got respirators on as well. Like covered in gang tattoos, like.
The bird?
Yeah, the bird is
And the
covered in
cat.
gang tattoos.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I think you call Hollywood up, because that's an Adam
I think at
Sandler
this
movie.
point I should let them call me. I'm the prize in this situation, I think. Get that young Adam Sandler on the phone. Yeah, so anything else to say about Sylvester?
No, not really. He's a good boy. But before we go to the next topic, because I forgot to write, yes.
Thank you to Sebastian
Thank you,
for
Sebastian.
the beans.
Yes, sent us some beans like late April. Forgot to mention it last time.
And I needed some beans.
Really appreciate that. Shilversity cannot die, indeed. So thank you. That was very nice.
Yeah, that'll keep the art swing open. Whenever this show art swing. Trump Biden convictions. That's pretty serious. Who ordered this?
Yeah, so Trump was convicted. What do you think of that?
What was he convicted of?
Like a million billion charges. Fraud. And, yeah, campaign violations. I mean...
It was all to do with his payment to Stormy
Yeah.
Daniels and his lying about that.
Yeah,
Which-
and writing them off as business spending.
Yeah. So technically he defrauded the taxpayer.
Uh,
But not by a lot. I mean, in Trump terms.
yeah.
Yeah, in my terms, that's 20 years jail.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't have a lot to say. Just good.
Yeah.
Seems like it was a pretty tight case from what I did read about it. I feel like, God, it feels like that was so long ago now. Has it
Yeah.
been like 2 weeks?
I think what was interesting about it was quite a big story. People were pretty excited about it. There was a lot of speculation, and then it happened, and the media had their day. The verdict came in pretty quickly, and the media had their day of Trump convicted. Never has a sitting president. Never has this. Never has that. Oh my God! And then they kind of made the next day or two the story about no one cares about this.
Yeah, well, I think that's...
It seemed like no. Apparently, no one's going to change their vote.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
oh,
I could have told you that, yeah.
Really? Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
they knew that too. They've seen the data.
Yeah. I mean, I did see some stuff about, like,
I'd love
independent
to.
voters, but
Sorry.
I just agreeing with you. I don't think that overall this will have, like, any impact on
Yeah.
whether someone, none of his supporters are going to suddenly be like, oh, well, in that case. No, they either, from what I see around us, in Trump land here, i.e. Kentucky, they either don't care or
Deny it.
deny it. It's one of those two, yeah, among his supporters. So, and I could have told you that was the case. So
The denial is real. The denial is strong.
yeah, with some,
We've heard people say he wasn't at the Capitol.
yeah,
He wasn't in D.C.
yeah, I know that was fascinating. Like, I watched it live on television. Yeah. Anywho, yeah, so just good. Yeah. Anything to say about that on your end?
Biden's conviction. That's more
Hunter Biden.
important, really, I think, because it involves guns and drugs, which
Yeah.
is way cooler.
Yeah, I mean, good. I don't think we should be.
He tried to buy a gun while addicted to drugs, or while he had a conviction for drugs,
Yeah,
drug use already.
something like that. Yeah,
Yeah. Why did he try and buy a gun? I don't know.
yeah. I wonder what this will do to his presidency.
Well, Biden.
Hunter Biden. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
No, I mean,
No, I mean,
did
yeah,
the crime,
fair
then
enough.
good. Yeah.
You say that, but in 30 years' time, people will be bringing it up, and Hunter Biden will be like, he'll be a brain in a jar, like,
maybe he will run for president.
rack
in,
up the
like,
place.
20 years. Rack up the place. Yeah. Yeah. No, I really don't have much to say. Just on both counts, did the crime good. I'm glad there was a conviction.
No,
I mean,
that
Hunter Biden seemed a little bit. I mean, it's embarrassing, the stuff that I have read about it, but other parts a little less so. Apparently, he's very nice to prostitutes. I mean, yeah, I really have nothing to say, to be honest, about it. You, before I interrupted you.
No, it's okay. Yeah, I agree. If he did a crime, good, and not that I really think that the Biden campaign or anything should do this, but wouldn't it be tempting to lean into this? Like, he got done for buying a gun. Ooh.
You know what I've seen?
Second Amendment. Ooh. Do you know what the crime is? Is he should have got a gun for free at
Exercising
birth.
Second Amendment rights.
Yeah.
I mean, I did see some shit on Twitter from dum-dums.
I mean, the libertarian take would be both should be legal, right? No checks for guns, and drugs should be fine.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I want to know what RFK and his brainworm have to say about this.
Have you seen any of the... I don't know if it's like a strong position or anything. It's probably just some crazies, because there are loads of them on the internet, saying that this was a sham trial against Hunter Biden, that Joe Biden made this happen to try and prevent criticism that going after Trump was a political maneuver. You seen any of that? Like, this was all made up.
This was a foil.
Against Hunter Biden, to be like, see, everything's a conspiracy theory, right?
I guess it can be. Yeah, I mean, that's all I have to say about those things.
Same, yeah, really nothing, to be honest, so this is exciting.
But speaking of which, and people on the internet, we got information about our Filipino psyop.
Oh yeah, you tell us about this, because I know you were reading about it today.
Yeah, so this week, Reuters came out with a pretty long article, which I would recommend. I'm sure you can find it just by typing in Reuters Philippines psyop. It turns out that what has been happening is the Pentagon has been running a psychological operation from Tampa, Florida, where they do most of it online, to run ads in a number of countries, including the Philippines, to bring into question in the public's mind there the efficacy of the Chinese vaccine against COVID, Sinovac. And yeah, essentially what they ended up doing was running loads of like anti-vax shit. And the Philippines has one of the highest death rates from COVID in the region. And surely some of that is because of this. Does all of that make sense? Is that a comprehensive explanation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And specifically, like, making, like, propaganda, saying, like telling, like, Muslims there's, like, pig
A lot
vaccine, so you shouldn't take it, and...
A lot of it was aimed at the Islamic population of these countries, saying that there was pig or porcine product in the vaccine, but also saying that it was probably ineffective, or you can't trust China, and all sorts of this. It was done as a response to China's own propaganda efforts to blame COVID on a U.S. airman who visited Wuhan in 2019, 2020, something like that. But yeah, it was really weird because I remember reading it and thinking, like, it's so rare you read about a psyop that is happening right now or has just happened.
Well,
It's so weird. Yeah, go on.
I was gonna say, why do you think that we are reading about it? I guess I should say, when you say that the government is doing this, who is physically doing it?
Private contractors.
That sounds like a good idea, right?
I think they're called like dynamic software or something like that, like a really generic title. Private contractors, they just actually renewed their contract for $500 million. And if you read about what they were doing as well, I don't know how much of that sort of money would be spent on it. I don't know what the budget really was, but what they were doing was like really sort of like basic shit. Like, definitely disruptive and dangerous, but really, like...
It almost sounds like a troll farm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit like that. And almost all of their accounts were, like, tracked by various groups, like Meta got onto it and had to have a meeting with the National Security Council. Twitter independently discovered them and made a report, like, who's doing this? And then, oh my God, it's the Pentagon. But it's not the Pentagon, it's this shitty little company that they've contracted it to.
You really want to contract your spy work to a private for-profit company.
It's not even, I mean, yeah, spy work, but I mean, what a stupid thing to do. Because, like, the real, like, heavy, dirty, real politic of it is like, yeah, like, no one's innocent and stuff, but maintain the moral high ground as much and for as long as possible. And this just makes the US look like pieces of shit.
Yeah.
And clowns.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not a good look. Like, I didn't read about this one. Like, you read about like psyops that they were doing in Vietnam or World War II, where they would like do things like capture an enemy, make the enemy think that they thought they could brainwash them, but the brainwash technique was bullshit. But they always knew that. Feed the enemy loads of bullshit, send them back to their home country, pretending you think that they've been brainwashed, knowing they haven't. They go back and spill the beans, but actually you've just fed them loads of shit. Like, at least you can read about that and be like, that's smart. Could do with a bit more evil, but smart.
Yeah, makes sense, and from like a strategic perspective.
Probably cost effective, just...
Yeah.
But this
I mean,
this
also,
is just bullshit.
do you know how many? If you're just gonna have like some randies that work for some company doing all this stuff, like how do you need a $500 million to do that? Like, surely you can just buy trolls and do shit like that for way cheaper. I don't know. Yeah, makes the U.S. look very, very stupid.
Yeah,
which I guess isn't that,
Well,
out of the ordinary.
the Reuters report sort of, I mean, it didn't go that into it, but it sort of made it sound like there were people in the Pentagon or in high-end Homeland Security, is it? Homeland Security? No, the Department of Brain Fart.
Defense.
Yes.
Again, it's like 11 o'clock at night. Continue.
It made it sound like some people like high up were pretty pissed off about this.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm not really surprised.
No, because it's really dumb, and even if you are just thinking strategically and you don't care about, I'm sure they don't care about dead Filipinos. I'm sure they couldn't give a fucking shit. Even if you don't, it still makes you look like an ass and stupid. But anyway, there you go. What was I going to say? I don't know, something else. Never mind.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, yeah, read that article, I suppose. You sent it to me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll link it in the description if I remember.
Yeah. Well, what I was going to say was like, they did this as a response to Chinese propaganda, and because certain voices think that we should be sort of facing off against China in the information war. If you really think that, I think China, the government of China, is despicable. You don't need to lie about them. If they're pieces of shit, you don't need to lie.
Yeah.
People can see it.
You don't need to get a bunch of people in the Philippines killed either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could have just maintained the moral high ground by doing nothing in that particular case.
Yeah.
But anyway, good work from Reuters. So
Yeah.
that was nice.
Yeah. Very good.
Anything else to say about it?
No, I mean, I haven't read it yet. You just sent it to me earlier. I'll definitely check that out myself because that is baffling.
Baffling.
Yeah.
Baffling and wrong and... Yeah, honestly, as well, like, I actually kind of felt, like, a bit annoyed that it was even called a psyop. Like you said, like, this is just trolling. This isn't...
Yeah.
Like, at least do something clever with the psyop. Please, at least trick me.
Yeah, right.
Somehow.
Yes. Yeah, agree. Just bananas.
I don't know. It's, Well, anyway, next. Diabolical.
Diabolical.
Or would you like a break?
Why don't we have a quick break? Because I'm feeling more warmed up now. And also warmed up, yeah. I go stand outside for a moment for my break.
It's like 95 degrees in here, isn't it?
Well,
For our European friends, that is 17,000 Kelvintrons.
it's not that bad, but it's pretty warm. God, not as bad as the daytime, though.
Yeah, not as bad as the surface of the sun.
Felt like the surface of the sun today.
Off on the fun. All right, break
All
time.
right, yes, break time.
5 minutes later.
And we're back. And, yep, The Boys Season 4 is out.
I don't like Homelander. I think he's a bad man.
Apparently some people are confused on this. I don't know.
Are you sure?
I don't know. That could be one of those things that's just internet nonsense. I don't know. I
Wait,
don't know.
Hitler was the Russian guy, right? from the 1910s.
Yeah, I mean... So Season 4 is out.
Of The Boys.
Of The Boys.
Which is a TV show.
That is a TV show.
A TV show is a collection of images strung around adverts. Yeah, go on.
What's a television?
What's the show?
I guess...
What's Vision?
We should probably preface our thoughts by saying that neither of us were excited for a new season.
No.
It just felt kind of obligatory. to watch the first 3 that came out at once.
Because we liked the first season quite a bit.
Yeah.
I think, remember?
The first time we watched it, we liked it quite a bit. I think what I like a lot is the concept.
Which is?
The concept of like, okay, there are superheroes that exist in the world, but they're like corporate creations, and they're like marketing tools more or less.
People have superpowers, but they've been monetized. Right?
And yeah,
But not every superhero. There are some superheroes I guess we've never heard of.
but we know that the big evil corporation Vought is responsible for creating soups.
Spoilers.
If they haven't watched the first one.
Also, could you not call it soups? That's very confusing.
Yeah.
When they talk about soups, soups.
I like soup.
I like soup.
What soups?
Yeah.
Which soup? This is very important. So I don't know. What did you think of the first 3 episodes?
I thought the first episode was very weak, especially for a first episode of a season. They progressively got more interesting to me, to the point where episode 3 was alright-ish, mainly because it had a lot of Homelander, Anthony Starr,
And very little of Huey.
and very little of Potato Quaid,
Yeah.
and
Anthony
a fair
Starr.
amount of Carl Urban, who I find seems to be a lovely man, but isn't charismatic enough or interesting enough for me to give a shit, which is a shame.
I mean, in the first season, so much of what I liked was, like, the setup of where this could go. Like, yeah, there are superheroes, and, yeah, you got the 7 from Vought, the Evil Corporation. And they're all, like, dickheads, and, mad with power, and, but especially Homelander, of course, but really all of them. And these regular dudes decide they're gonna...
Is it your wrist cracking?
That was my thumb, sorry.
Oh. Well, you can't... Okay, well, I can do that all of them at once.
Do it. This is the show now.
Do your neck.
Every week. Really?
Yeah.
I don't know if I can right now. Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, it feels nice. Don't judge me. The setup of, like, these regular dudes, like, see all the awful shit these soups are getting away with, and, like, we're gonna, like, form a team, and we're gonna, like, take them down. Like, that's really fun and different. And I liked the setup of, like, you have Butcher, who's a maniac, and does a lot of this shit for personal reasons. Hey, Bobby Jane. And, yeah, hello. You gonna come visit?
Yeah, keep going. Ignore the football cat.
She's so cute. And, kind of like, it seemed like it was set up for, like, a good, face-off of, like, Butcher and Homelander being really, like, the main characters. Like, driving the narrative.
I mean, yeah.
Even though, like, the first season does kind of treat Huey like the main character. Can't stand Huey. He was tolerable in season 1. But...
You can't stand Huey, why not?
Well, first of all, probably the biggest problem for me, is he doesn't have, like, enough of a character arc, because we're now in season 4, and, like, he's, like, kind of a puss, and has to be sort of forced into, going after the soups, even though they, like, exploded his girlfriend in front of him. One of them did, blah, 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 blah. He's got motivation to want to take them down, but, like, I don't know. It's just, I really like the first season, I guess is what I'm getting at. The setup for where the story could end up going. And, I mean, it's cool that they clearly have a budget for this, so we could see, like, fun superpowers, but, like, what they would be like in real life, like the kind of, like, gore and devastation of what, like, laser eyes or, like, somebody running really fast and, like, running through someone would do. Like, that's, like, a pretty fun concept, I think, and where the superheroes really are the bad guys, and normal people are, like, the heroes, in a sense. I mean, they've all got their own problems, too, and character flaws and stuff like that, but I just really like that. And then season 2, kind of weak. There were things I liked about it. Season 3, I remember almost nothing about. It was so dull to me. Like, I really struggled. I had to, like, keep looking things up when we were finally like, all right, let's watch these first 3 episodes. And just remind myself, like, who the hell is that lady? Oh, right, like a senator lady, head explosions, okay. I think I remember that. And this other lady, which is Russian, right, okay, I think I remember that. Like, I don't know, I know I'm rambling here, but I feel like the story is not, like, doesn't have any momentum now.
Yeah.
Like, introduce character in a new season and then they die at the end. Sort of like a villain of the week
Repeats.
thing, but it's a whole season.
Yeah.
Like, really what carries it is Anthony Starr as Homelander. Like, absolutely steals every scene that he's in. Just great. Like, when he's on screen, like, I'm, like, fully paying attention. He's really good.
Yeah.
That does a lot of it. And I really liked Carl Urban a lot in the first, like, 2 seasons, really. Once we get into, like, I guess another problem for me is I don't give a shit about, like, romantic relationships. Like, there's this, like, great setup for, like, this big, this affects the whole world, like, storyline. But then we spend, like, 2 seasons of, like, Huey and Starlight's relationship. It feels like it keeps going back.
But it's not just
and now-
romantic, it's soap opera as well, because we've got the whole thing between A-Train and his brother.
Yes.
Like, I give a fuck about A-Train anyway.
I don't give a fuck about Carl Urban and Butcher and his wife. That whole thing.
Carl Urban
really.
and his younger brother, who both inexplicably lived in the 1940s. I mean, it's like British face.
Yeah. Like, I don't really care about any of that. And every time, and there's some of that here in this season as well. Every time we switch back to Huey, my dad's in the hospital. Like, I remember, we've gone back to that like 4 times. And I still don't care. It's really...
Do you reckon Simon Pegg had to come in and do like a full 4 weeks of filming where he just laid there?
See, I thought they had him come in for a weekend and just did all those scenes like in one go of him just laying in the hospital bed.
There's always exceptions to rules, but maybe a rule could be, is this worth watching? Well, let me ask you a question. At any point, is one of the main characters in a coma? And if they are, the answer is no.
Yeah.
I mean, what the fuck?
And like, yeah, my mom's back. She left me when I was a kid, and and then like cut to like Homelander scene, like, oh, I'm interested now. This is part of like the story and where things are going, and then cut back to Huey. My mom abandoned us when I was a kid. Like, I remember, we just did that. Can we move along?
And anyway, the girlfriend exploding in front of you, that's the traumatic bit. You've got enough trauma.
Yeah, he already has like his base,
Yeah.
Elements to his character, yeah. And it just feels like things have dragged on so much
It's just
in the last couple seasons, like to where I really liked, like Starlight, I really liked in season 1. She like, this is what she wanted, to be a soup and be one of the 7, and then finding out actually these people are all awful, and maybe I will help the boys at the end anyways. And it's like, yeah, okay, so she's going to, like, join them now. No, in season 2, she's just back with 7. And then, like, this back and forth. And I don't know. And I guess we should also mention, just a brief mention.
all right.
Her face is very, very distracting. Every time she's on camera, I'm sure she's a lovely lady. I don't know what the story is. The whole thing that was it earlier this year or last year, like, oh, does she get plastic surgery? Her face looks way different. And her saying, no, I've just aged. I mean, it's only been 4 years. I don't know what the story is. I don't really care. Just from a viewer's perspective, every time she's on screen, her face is very distracting.
Because you look so different.
She looks very different, yeah. She has, like, a skeleton face now.
Can you think of any other series where that's happened? Where, like, one of the main characters has changed a lot in the way they look. I mean, not the character, but the actual actor.
Well, I mentioned this before ages ago, a show that I didn't watch, but I remember this whole thing, Felicity, with Kerry Russell. She had the big hair. She cut her hair like a super short pixie, and I guess people, like, hated it. Like I said, I didn't watch the show, but I get the impression that, like, people found it really distracting. You know what I mean? Otherwise, I mean, not in the same show, though. I mean, the girl from Dirty Dancing, who got the nose job, and then like it didn't work after that.
Or Bob Ross's mohawk.
What?
Yeah, that was the end of that. Last episode.
Okay. Can you think of any like that? Where the actor looks really different, like between iterations of the same.
I mean, I suppose Arrested Development season 3 to 4, which they do joke about, you know, like, oh, George Michael, played by Michael Cera, you know, he was like 18
Yeah.
from one season,
That's
like
a great,
28 in another
yeah,
season.
fair enough. That's a great example, yeah, because so much time had passed. And they did joke about it, I guess.
Yeah.
But it was still distracting for sure.
But
I guess for me, I got used to that as that season went on a bit.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
it was very distracting at first.
like, I think that they wrote George Michael, you know, for, I don't know if they did it in season 1, but like in season 2 and 3, I imagine that when you write a second or third season, you know, by the time you've done your first season, you write it with the actor in mind. And I think there are a lot of stuff, you know, for Michael Cera, 18-year-old playing a 14-year-old, whatever he was, because he looks like cute and innocent and kind of helpless. And not his fault, but he doesn't look like that as a grown man. He doesn't. He looks very. You know, he gives a completely different vibe. And
Yeah.
you know, yeah. What can you do? I guess just write a fucking load of shit.
Yeah, I mean,
That's what I'd do.
yeah, that's fair.
And then he goes to the bathroom, and he comes on his own face. No, not that.
It's the
That'd be
flush.
my process.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. What else do you think about this one?
What about this one?
Boys-
As in,
The Boys
as
season
in
4.
this lady's butchered face. Is that what you're saying?
No, I mean, that's all I had to say myself about it. But if you any other thoughts on that, I guess. Because you said the same
Yeah, I
thing.
mean, you know, it's like crass and rude, I suppose, or whatever to talk about her face because
Yeah.
we don't know. But like at the same time, the reality is it does look different, and like it's none of our business. But
Just as a viewer, it is
yeah,
distracting me from paying attention to like what's happening in the story. Just like looking, you know, I'm not trying to be distracted. It's,
yeah.
you know, yeah,
Like if Columbo got his eye fixed, like halfway through the season.
it'd be distracting. Yeah.
Yeah. But, well, that brings up an ethical question, doesn't it? Peter Falk wants to get his eye fixed, but the producers are like, but it's so iconic, Peter. It's like, yeah, but it's my eye, I want to see. Oh, well,
You do a pretty good impression.
no. Also, lose some weight.
Just one more thing. As I'm closing the door behind me.
Yeah, so I think the general suspicion is that this is weight loss, plastic surgery, anorexia,
Who knows?
and that's very sad if that's the case.
Yes, whatever the story is, it's, you know, ultimately none of my business.
But here we are.
But just, you know, I hope she's okay. And just, yeah, just completely impersonal as a viewer. I find it very distracting.
Yeah. And I hope
anytime
that
she's on
Katie
screen.
Holmes is okay as well. She should stay away from that Tom. I don't think that Tom's any good at all. It's none of my business to say that, but I don't think he's any good at all.
Yeah. And then anyway, aside from that,
I'm the other personality of George that only comes out when I'm making a cup of tea. So, darling. I'm thinking Anthony Hopkins.
is that what you were doing?
To play me in the biopic. Yeah, but it'll be a wig thing. De-aged Anthony Hopkins playing a female version of me, a la Bob Dylan.
With a wig, you say?
A Bob Dylan wig, like a full-on wig. Like, yeah, wouldn't it be distracting if I came one day and I came with like a full head of hair?
Yeah.
And never explained it, never said out like, oh yeah, I've got a wig on, or oh I've had hair transplant or anything. Just was like, I've always looked like this.
I mean, I guess it depends
Fuck you.
on it depends on the
How
wig.
dare you?
It could be hilarious with the right wig. You know.
What sort of wig?
Like a beehive, like bouffant.
What's his name? The guy Jason, whatever, who plays George Costanza. He has a permanent, he calls it a semi-permanent wig. Right? This is funny. Why do I remember this? I don't know, but his people put out a press release like a few years ago, and I remember reading it in something, not in a complete piece of shit magazine either. In something like the Hollywood Reporter. Like, in the back pages of that, it was like, George Costanza's new hair. And it was like, yep, it's not technically a wig because it is semi-permanent. And they were like, what does that mean? It means I weave it in once a week, and then once a week I take it out and have it cleaned. Yeah. I don't know what that is, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, but can they weave it into your scalp? A weave. What's that mean?
Well, I mean, bear with me. I don't actually...
know what a weave. Neither of us know what a weave is.
It's like hair that is like a strip thing, and they do something to weave it into your hair under the scalp to make it look like you have more hair.
So it's a comb over, but without your own hair. Basically.
I mean, it's a woman thing.
No, I mean his is not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's fascinating.
Yeah.
My weave. Okay.
I'd get one of them on my chest, like a Burt Reynolds weave.
Mm-hmm. I don't think you got much to attach it to.
All right, then I'll have to have transplants then. Yeah.
Where are you going to take it from?
And I want from the arse, I suppose. Yeah. Where do they take it on? Yeah, it's from the arse, isn't it? And they take the follicles from your ass.
Do they? Yeah.
Anywhere they can get them, I suppose. Bottom of your feet.
You're telling me Elon Musk has ass hair on his head?
I guess the follicles, maybe from his ass. Yeah. I don't know, but maybe not.
He probably got it from
maybe
a child
the back
in
of his...
South Africa or some shit.
Or like rare albino gorilla hair. That'd be really funny if you just did it with different stripes.
He's got people working on robot hair now.
I'd have a rhino horn. Attached. But
Yeah.
no, look at it, it's real.
Yeah.
Would you rather have a horn on your head, or would you rather your hands be claws?
Like both hands, or just what? Like crab claws? What kind of claws are we talking about here?
Yeah, like lobster claws.
I guess I'd prefer the horn. It seems like claws would get in the way. Like lobster claws. Yeah. Hard to hold a pencil. Use a mouse, keyboard.
Christina, you'd have lobster claws. You ain't going to be holding a pencil. You're going to be on the fucking freak circuit, making millions.
Yeah.
I'd go to see them. What, is that real? Is that really her hand? Yes.
$10.
Have $5. Yeah, you can have it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Business idea.
Grow lobster claws. What were we talking about?
We're talking about the boys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I have a couple other thoughts on that. Would you like to share anything else that you got?
I thought the pop music was... it wasn't all pop. Well, it was kind of all pop music, but it's used for 20 seconds, and then that's it.
I seem to remember the other seasons
the
were
mixing
like that too.
is just
yeah.
Blah. And
Yeah, no,
it all seems stale.
God, I know, I gotta get the remote out, turn it down, so it'll stop screaming at me, fucking Miley Cyrus or whatever the hell it is that's playing, and then, okay, it's over, now I gotta crank it back up so I can hear what the hell everybody's saying.
His butcher in his ear like a wrecking ball.
Yeah, the music I find obnoxious, the pop music. What was the one was it the third episode where... somebody mentions a song, and then that song immediately starts playing.
It's raining men. Hallelujah.
No, maybe it was episode 2. Homelander's I don't want to miss Smash Mouth. And that made me chuckle. That was funny. And then they immediately start playing a Smash Mouth song. And I was like, I already got it.
Yeah.
You don't need to, it's not funny anymore when you do that.
And it would be way funnier to mention them and then not give them any money.
That would be way more hilarious. And then not play Smash Mouth music.
And then maybe you could have like cut and every other character at some point in the season remarks on like, I fucking hate Smash Mouth. And like,
I would
everyone in
find
the
that really
world
funny.
comes together at the end because they're all like, wait a minute, Homelander likes Smash Mouth? I've never met anyone who likes Smash Mouth. What the fuck?
Yeah.
And then the Smash Mouth and the Nirvana fans rise up and end up killing each other. And the soups and the broths mix in to become gelatinous tomorrow food. Hotel Inspector. Oh no, you had 2 more things to say, did you?
Yeah. I had to let you tell your stories, though.
Wow.
The only other thing I want to
Did
say
you
is...
just laugh?
What?
What was that?
Make me laugh.
Could you do an impression of like a laughing cow right now?
What? Is that what a laughing cow sounds like?
She has cheese for earrings.
Are you going to let me make my point before so we can move on?
2 points. Yeah, go on.
Just also, I think that the concept itself was not enough to carry it as it goes on. I also think that the kind of childish humor, okay, let me just rather say the shock element of it is has kind of like just worn out its welcome for me. That was amusing in the first season. And now it feels like they're like just trying to like we have to do this because that's what we've been doing in the show. There's a lot of jokes that just like do not land for me. Yeah, like attempting to shock me was just really not shocking at all. Like yeah, I get it, penises. Like you've already done that. Like shown like this is like an adult, superhero show. Like I already got that. I really wanted like the story to go somewhere now
Yes.
that they've like established all of that. Do you know what I mean?
100% agree. I think like at this point the most shocking thing they could do would be killing a main character. Mm-hmm. Like, Huey and Frenchie and
Mother's Milk.
I was going to say Milkmaid. And several others.
Starlight.
Yeah, they all just have so much plot armor. It's almost like, why do I need to watch anything with them in it?
There's no feeling of threat.
Not at all. Like,
and
we have these like tangents that go nowhere in the same sort of half scene that they start. And
yeah, and
it's just the same TV problems, right?
Yeah.
It's just
I agree.
stretched.
Even where like the setup was good, like Kamiko. I really like Kamiko as a character.
Yeah.
I really liked her in season 1. Like they've just like done now with season 4. Like the people who like held her captive when she was a kid, as a soup and like made her fight and stuff. Like I guess like child traffickers or something. Cool. I kind of would have preferred that like in season 1 or 2. Do you know what I mean? Because it just feels like everything is so stretched out,
Yeah.
where it feels like nobody's learning anything, nothing is changing. There's no like story progression for me.
I hear that they're going to end it next season.
They said that season 5 would be the last one, but then I saw something like just the other day about them saying like maybe it won't be or something.
Well, okay, that's interesting.
But I didn't read further because I was like, oh, whatever.
Okay,
So.
you see, I would only really be interested in watching season 5 if I knew it was the last one.
If it for sure is the end.
Because I know that it would end with several characters dying.
Yes, things happening.
Which is what needs to happen. Like, I think almost everyone needs to die. Mm-hmm. That's what it needed. I mean, again, it's TV. If they were just about the story, they'd have been like, oh, we've come up with this idea and we think 12 episodes. Mm-hmm. But, it can't be profitable then.
Or even have like each season be a complete story. But I know that would be hard because really, long-term Homelander is kind of everything in the story. Like he's, the ultimate dickhead. And you want to see him go down, And just so many, like, introduction of so many characters, too. Where, like, it can feel, like, remarkably hollow, some of these characters, like, stories and arcs, when we spent so much time with them just because there's so much other shit in there, Like the number of like friends of Frenchie that we've met that I just cannot remember. Like, lady. You know, like I like Frenchie. Can we just, you know, do an arc for Frenchie? You know what I mean? Climb a shush. Anyway, that was the last of my points. Anything else you got? Yeah.
What would your superhero power be in this universe? You got anything?
In this universe?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I don't know. I mean, I guess that kind of leaves it pretty open. There don't seem to be a lot of rules in terms of the superpowers.
Face safe. He can repair windshields at will. As long as they're not completely cracked. Chips, no problem.
What would yours be?
I just told you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be yours. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah. Also cleaning. Windex on command.
Cleaning powers.
Yeah.
Like you sneeze it out or.
No, I just have a. No, my superpower is I can mend the windshield. Just might as well carry a little.
And I say, what would your name be? Your soup name?
I just called you face saver.
That's it. Okay.
Yeah.
I say face saver.
Listen to me when I speak. What would yours be?
I got nothing funny. I don't know. Like Quicksilver powers, like move really fast and everything being slow around you. Because I would just do that all the time.
Okay, yeah, all right. Well, I suppose then mine would be Simon Warlock times a million. Simon Warlock. Adam Warlock.
Adam Warlock. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And I'd be called Dr. God.
I thought you were gonna say my name would be Adam Warlock times 100. That would kind of fit in this universe.
Warlock times 100.com. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sponsored by State Farm.
Yeah. I don't know what mine would be. See ya, suckers.
What about my name is Johnny Tripp, and I'm a pretty cool dude, and I'm the bookie for all the superheroes. That's my part in it. They're all like betting on. Sure, they shouldn't be betting on stuff. We're betting on orgies. We're betting on how many people A-Train's going to accidentally kill. That sort of shit. And then you realise like, oh, I've got a superpower. It's like, yeah, Mr. Tripp. Like, oh, I thought that was because you sold people drugs on the side. Like, you don't really know about that. Mr. Tripp, so I can do that. And any rug in the building will go bloomf. I can knock anyone over.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
You can assassinate people with it. Shake away dust. You know.
Shake away dust.
As long as it isn't nailed down or anything. Whatever, let's move on.
Sure.
Hotel Inspector.
Yeah. Been watching some of that lately.
What is it?
Hotel Inspector. It is
Yeah, that's right.
a lady.
A lady. Not a man.
A lady who is like an expert on hotels and goes around hotels in England and helps them see what they're fucking up, what they're doing wrong, and helps them fix things. It's kind of like Hotel Hell with Gordon Ramsay, except the person who's in charge is not a cunt, I guess.
It's like Hotel Hell if everyone involved had been exposed to a significantly smaller amount of lead paint.
Yeah.
Yeah, of angry lead paint.
Yeah, actually the people are not
really
insane
Yeah.
like what they're looking for in Hotel Hell, what they were. I can't believe it was only 3 seasons still.
Of Hotel Hell. You love watching Hotel Hell over and over.
It's so...
If I could turn back time.
Oh my god, that is like one of the best episodes of a TV show ever, just because of that, in my opinion. Of a reality show, let's say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just spectacular. I'm gonna start an expensive hotel where we serve like $70 like lamb steaks, and then I'm gonna get up with a microphone and sing some Cher
Like
during dinner.
like 3 meters from your face.
Yes, and then move to a different room and do the same thing there.
Do the exact same set.
The same songs.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, all Cher.
On my like Playmobil speaker.
I mean, it's brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah.
This hotel inspector is a bit more serious for sure.
Yeah.
A bit less,
Certainly less mean.
way less mean. Yeah, I mean, obviously Gordon Ramsay, part of his whole thing is like trying to work people up
Yeah.
and piss people off, get them to make fools of themselves on TV. And Alex, she doesn't do that. She's really quite reasonable.
I'm pretty sure that this aired originally on Channel 5 in Britain, which makes sense that they're not concerned about views. Because they were shit.
Right, I see. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's actually pretty good. I mean, there are still some, like, weirdos for sure in there.
Oh, yeah.
But there's
Any
also
standout?
a lot of, well, yeah, I mean, the one that we just watched, that was, I mean, the guy seemed nice, but, like, yeah, weird. When we just watched, the guy has a nudist hotel, like in the middle of like a
Naturist.
a naturist, yeah, sure. In the middle of a suburban neighborhood, like a nice little suburban
Birmingham?
neighborhood in Birmingham, yeah. Where
Like, that's sort of destination. What?
But it's also not like a place where you can be nude if you want. No, you must. It's like a rule. Everybody has to be naked at the hotel.
You can't. Okay, but you can't have it where you can choose in one of those places because then lots of people would be clothed and it would be weird that I'm naked, and that's what I'm here for. I'm here to be naked. For whatever reason, we don't need to talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, just how many people in that area are like naturists, then fine, nudists, who are looking to go to
Yeah.
like a very
Shit.
yeah, I mean, it's very. It looks like a corporate like Motel 6 inside or something.
But
Like
it's in
very
someone's
sterile
house.
in someone's house, but everybody's naked. And it's like this is a nature. We're about nature, but there's like no nature anywhere.
It's in the suburbs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got like a backyard, but you can see perfectly well like the neighbors down through the tree line.
Telescope.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean that's weird. Very weird.
Yeah.
But there's also like loads of like people who are pretty damn normal. It seems like a big theme is like people just not keeping business records.
Should I let him out? Should we let him wander around as nature intended?
All right, maybe we can let him out for a moment.
All right, go on, do it.
And
This is
then-
where you see the camera go. "Arr."
Well, just be ready to die for it if needed.
Die for it.
Yeah, if he knocks it over. Hey, buddy, do you want to come out? Come on, you can come out.
Hey, bud.
All right, pal. Ooh, you're good. You can hang out with us.
Come on.
No, we're doing too much dancing now. Hey, buddy. Yes.
Clyde, climb on. Stay away from there. Climb on. Come.
Hey, come here. Come here. Just come say hi to Daddy for a minute. There you go. There's the beast man. Did you miss us? We're gone for like an hour. Oh my god, danger. Danger.
All right.
Alright, yeah, just stay there. Anyway.
Yes, I've been raising Tarquin for many years, and he can speak Latin and do algebra, and he's going to be a fencing instructor on the moon.
Yeah, hanging out on the beach, speaking
Speaking
French.
French.
Yeah, okay, well, he does seem happy with this. No, maybe not. Jesus Christ. So yeah, hotel inspector. I quite enjoy it. There are a lot of normal people. Like I say, there's a definite theme of people just not keeping track of finance stuff. Like, well, how much do you spend to make your free breakfast that they get in the morning? I don't know. I don't know what it costs. It's the one dude who's like, this is stupid. It's stupid to try and find that out.
She wants me to find out how much an individual sausage costs. That's stupid. Like, no, you... How much does a packet cost? And then we'll do some basic mathematics.
Yeah, like, just pretty basic, yeah. I mean, it's really enjoyable, though. She's really, like, quite accommodating to people. You know, like even when she doesn't like their like base idea, like the lady who's like, I want a 50s themed hotel. And Alex is like, I don't think you should do that. You know, there's not much of a market for that. But then in the end was like, okay, maybe there is more of a market for that than I originally thought. So we'll go with that. But we'll just spruce it up and do it differently. And she's like totally okay with giving people credit where it's due, you know, which Ramsey like really isn't, unless it's like a key moment where he can embarrass the owner of the restaurant or whatever.
And Ramsey really is about like, you're doing everything wrong.
Yeah. And yeah, she's not like that.
She's often like pretty complimentary, where like you said, where it's due. Like she'll say like the food is really good or whatever.
Yeah, these rooms are really clean and actually
Yeah.
like quite nice, you know.
Yeah.
And so that's not the issue. Let's see what is the problem. And
I'm being traumatized by pubic hair.
oh my god, and the shit stains in the toilets.
Yeah.
The cameraman really loves showing us shit stains in
That's
toilets.
the job, baby.
Yeah, like really getting in there. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Hang on. Let me just pull focus on it so you can really get the texture in.
Hey, buddy, yeah, you're being good. Or with the nudist one, like the beginning of the episode, especially, the cameraman is just like on the guy's ass the whole time.
Well, yeah.
It's funny, yeah. But overall, I guess she's like respectful about it. So I mean,
It's not great TV though.
Yeah, I mean the kind of the fun with Ramsey is him like screaming at people, but it's also like incredibly abusive and like I like kind of hate him.
It's almost like the fun with Ramsey is like the fun with Homelander. Like, I like Anthony Starr. I think he's a very good actor, but like, it's the narcissist, right? We like watching narcissists.
Yeah, it is like that.
And that doesn't mean we're like, yeah, you're right. Like, I think Ramsey is a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
I think he's an incredibly self-involved, abusive dickhead.
Yeah. Yeah, and Alex doesn't come across that way.
No, not at all. No.
Just seems like she does really know hotels.
But he's very watchable.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So I can see why. I mean, I'd never heard of the show until you introduced me to it. I think we watched a little bit like ages ago, but kind of just really watched more of it kind of recently. And yeah, I actually really appreciate it. You know, I mean, it has its moments where you're like, yeah, what are you thinking? It's like the hotel owner, but they're mostly like pretty sympathetic.
Yeah.
You know, just people who, you know, have lost their way in a particular area, you know, and most of them do something well, you know.
Yeah, I agree.
But that isn't as watchable, perhaps, for like a mass audience as like that lady on Hotel Hell who was talked about like I had a little bit of diarrhea maybe, and the crazy basket lady, you know, that's also so like sad.
That's how I enjoy
know.
my hamburger, boiled.
Yeah,
Boiled is how
I eat
we
it that
do it
way.
around here in Appalachia.
Yeah. I freeze a rotisserie chicken from the grocery store and heat it up later and eat it. Why wouldn't the customers want that?
Why would you do that?
There is something fascinating about that.
Yeah, it's about.
But it's also sad.
Yes.
And this is way less sad.
I mean, that's kind of the appeal, I suppose. Maybe like less so now because it's so ubiquitous, but definitely like in early 2000s, that was the appeal of reality TV. It was a window into something we didn't have a window into.
Yeah.
Not into like people being like, oh, I can be famous, but like, yeah, people are like this. Okay, it isn't just me and my friends or whatever. Like people talk like that,
Yeah.
huh? It's not just us. Kind of a bit.
I know what you mean, yeah. Yeah. I mean, how many seasons do you say there are? Like 10 or something?
What, Hotel Inspector? I think it's like 17.
Wow. Okay, cool.
I mean, we're on season 9.
Yeah.
She doesn't even come in until season 4.
Right. It's somebody else before that,
It's
isn't
like
it?
2 people before that.
Okay. Interesting, yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, I've really been enjoying it. It's worthwhile. We've been watching it, it's free on like Amazon or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's you know,
It's
kind
background
of,
viewing.
Yeah, good background viewing. It's kind of easy watching, and other than the occasional attack of pubic hair and poop stains and stuff, you know.
That's what you're watching it for. Is that good stuff?
I mean, I guess. It's still a bit shocking every time because it's not like every episode has like a filthy bathroom.
I think we're only on 2012 right now.
Okay.
So do you think as time goes on and technology progresses, she'll start bringing out the cum light, like Ramsay loves to. Look at all that. Look at that. That's cum. Oh, look at that up there. That's definitely cum.
He literally says that sometimes. Like with the owner in the room, the owner who's an alcoholic, you know, you're gonna like go ahead and make fun of him and talk about his cum to his face on national television. I bet that helped with the drinking problem and everything.
So wait a minute. Are you telling me, Gordon, that your mattress doesn't have any cum on it? Because I think that's worse.
Yeah, it's diabolical.
You making enough noise?
Yeah,
Butcher.
there are a lot of pain. He's very happy. I'm looking for cats now. Anyway, yeah.
Well, we have games next, but maybe we should save them.
Maybe we've actually talked quite a bit here.
We have.
More than I
I
thought.
can only apologise. So are we? We're not going to do these every week then, or?
No, I mean, I guess my thoughts are we should just do them kind of when we feel like it and have stuff to say.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in trying to like come up with things that, you know, to like force it just for the sake of it.
Sure.
So.
And it's slightly less easy to record weekly. I mean, it's not really a big deal, but.
Yeah, I just figured whenever we feel like it, like, you know, we could probably do one next week. There actually won't be a public video next week, so we'll probably do it next week, and maybe we'll talk about the game stuff on our list, because we've both played kind of several games since the last one that we did. So, yeah, I'm cool with saving it. Maybe do a full game episode next week or something.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
All
Well,
right.
I guess we can wrap up then.
Yeah, do you want to wrap up Clydemo?
Come here, bud.
Clydemo.
Do you want to come in?
Come in.
Come in.
Come on. We're going to say
Group
goodbye.
hug. Come on. No, just look at my tail now.
Come on.
Come here.
Come on.
Come on.
You little dick. Come here.
Oh no. Oh my goodness. Okay, here's the family.
Yeah. There we go.
There you go.
Bye-bye.
See
Thanks
ya.
for watching. See ya.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, good boy. Ah.